God, it's bright again today. And it's nice here. Guess where I am? I have run out of country to drive in. I am in John O. Groats. Made it, left Falkirk, I don't know, 8ish this morning, but I wasn't in a rush. Had a lot of miles to cover, but loads of time in which to do it. So yeah, wasn't really in a rush today. It's been quite pleasant. Definitely didn't end up in a race on the A99 with an Audi A1 and a Golf GTI. That didn't happen. And I didn't, what I suspect is warp a brake disc, because I've got a bit of judder now. And I press the old brake pedal, so that's not good. But that is a stunning road. Have you ever thought about doing the NC 500? I mean, I haven't finished it yet, so my opinion may very well change quite soon. But that A99, like you leave the A9 coming out of Falkirk and you head up, and then it starts getting signposted for the NC 500 when you come out of Inverness. Blinding, absolutely blinding it is. Really pleasant drive. And yeah, John O. Groats. And it feels like you're driving down to the end of the world. And I made a new friend in a Porsche. I was having a bit of fun. I put a picture on me in the Porsche. Actually, I won't put a picture on because I definitely didn't take a picture whilst operating a motor vehicle, so I'm not going to put that on. But yeah, it's been quite a pleasant day. Didn't find anywhere nice to have lunch though, which was a shame, because I was just got north of Inverness and there wasn't really anywhere nice to stop. That was a damn shame, really. Behind me up there, I'll go up there in a minute, it's that famous John O. Groats signpost thing. But it's nice, it's really nice, and what a day! It's blinding, it's like 16 degrees, blue skies. Scotland! I did have to scrape my window off this morning though, coming out of the hotel in Falkirk. But since then, it's been blinding. So as always, a few stories to talk about, a few of your comments to go through. Try and keep this around sort of 15 minutes really, otherwise I won't be able to get it edited and uploaded on the rubbish hotel Wi-Fi down here at the end of nowhere. But it's not as end of nowhere as I thought, because it's only like 10 miles down the road. It's a town called Wick, which was massive, big town. Tesco's. I stopped in the what's it called? It was Lidl or Aldi, one of them. Picked up some tenants, so I'm going to learn my lesson from last night. This is my hotel bill for last night, right? I made some friends. I was sitting with some locals in the hotel, having a nice chat and talking to their lovely dog. And I had a haggis burger, because I'm a tourist, obviously, and 3 pints, and it was $6.25 a pint. And sadly, I got my bill after the locals had left, because I would have liked to have asked if they paid the same price as me, because I bet they didn't. I don't know. It wasn't like a chain hotel, it was like an individual one. $6.25 a pint. I thought I was back in bloody Essex. Right, where are we? So back to Mumsnet. So today I had the lovely gift of a BBC thug at my door. I have a TV but can't get any signal, so I've had to go by other means, such as getting Cartoon Network programming on YouTube using my laptop and hooking up to the telly. The kids were having their lunch and a man came to the door. And after the last two rude ones that came to my door, one of which came at 9 PM. Yeah, they do say they can come at any time, day or night, on the letters to try and scare you. 9 PM seems a bit late though. And flashed a torch through my letterbox and hallway window. I can't say I've heard that before. I'm not saying I disbelieve her. I can't say I've heard a goon doing that before. I stopped answering the door because they just won't hear my words. The one that arrived today has an attitude problem, pressed his face against the window, the rude man that he is, and saw my TV functioning with We Bare Bears, whatever that is, playing, and I am literally wondering now if I'm going to get a fine, because it did look like Cartoon Network was playing even though it was not. I'm not saying I disbelieve the woman, but I can't say I've heard that before. I can't say I've heard that before from the goons doing that. So, not talking to them, not opening the door to them from now on is the correct thing to do, obviously. I wonder if there's suddenly stickers in these little cabin things. Yeah, it's the right thing to do, obviously. So let's see what the Mumsnet people have said to her to do. If they bother you again, just repeat, you do not watch live TV and I'll not be entering your house. I wouldn't even say that to them. If they turn up again, who are you? I'd have opened the door and went, who are you? TV licensing. Go away. Go away now. That's what I would have said. It sounds like harassment to me. Call them and tell them you don't watch TV. I haven't known for 5 years now. So saying do the no license needed thing. I don't know. I just think it puts a target on your back. I seem to have found a tourist in Scotland now, by the way. The chap is from Capita, not the BBC, and he has no right of entry. Possession of TV is irrelevant. If you watch it, yeah, that's correct. It is irrelevant. You can own all the TVs you want. So I can't say I've heard of that, and I get a lot of contact from people about it. I can't say I've heard that before. So I thought that was interesting. I'm not saying I disbelieve her, but shining a torch? Really? Have you ever heard that? Let me know in the comments. Gary Lineker insists his tweets on government policy were factually accurate. I've worked with refugee charities for years, so when I saw the Suella Braverman film, I said I thought it was pretty awful. Then the stick to football people weighed in, and I replied to one of them just saying there's no massive influx, blah, blah, blah. I think it's factually accurate. Well, he's allowed to say it as well. He's got an agreement now, an official one. He can say whatever the hell he wants. Say whatever the hell he wants. And that brings us to this one. Look, former ITN boss to conduct BBC social media review after Lineker row. So the BBC are having a full review of what they want their employees and that to be able to say. And now ITN doing the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. Can you stop people having their own opinions? Can you sack people for having an opinion? Can you have a job contract that says you can't say what you think on your own personal social media? Well, this is what we're all going to find out. It's what we're all going to find out, isn't it? And it will be interesting. It will be interesting. In other BBC news, BBC boss puts out noise alert. Slick Disc, the #1 classical music website. I've got a real bee in their bonnet about the BBC now. They don't like the cuts and music and everything, so they're like me. They're waging their own hate campaign on the BBC. It's quite funny. And they had this in there last night. Oh look. Oh, here's the sign thing. Can you see it? Oh, there we go. Look. There's the famous sign thing. Well, I don't think it's going to let you. Might have to go like that. Yeah, there you go, look. After a staff briefing today, the BBC Director General Tim Davie urged his colleagues to ignore the noise surrounding recent policy discussions. Davie said, "We've got such a fantastic set of leaders here at a time when everybody seems to have a view about the BBC. It must be getting warm in the bunker." Fantastic set of leaders. I don't think I'd refer to the people at the top of the BBC as a fantastic set of leaders. Would you? I think Davie seems like a nice enough man, but he does seem out of his depth. It has to be said that he does seem out of his depth in that gig. 3.7 billion quid, and he can't manage it. He cannot manage that money. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think they've got a fantastic set of leaders, personally. And one thing, it's my first trip to Scotland, and I'm enjoying it, very much so. Very much enjoying my first ever trip to Scotland. I like it a lot here. And people are very friendly. Everyone I've spoken to, shops and everything's not like in Essex. Lots of friendly people. And the good thing is, I mean, I do these road trips all over, as you know. You go to Italy, France, Switzerland and that. And there is a language barrier. You know, you get by, but there is a language barrier, like when you need to ask a question in a petrol station or something. But the good thing about here is some of the words they speak are the same language that we speak. So as long as you ask them to speak slow enough, you can kind of get by. You know, it's a very similar language. It's not the same language that they're speaking here, but it's rather similar, so it's good. I am, of course, joking. But I did, when I spent all my time in Spain, there was a Scottish couple down there that I got talking to. Well, talking to in inverted commas. I couldn't understand a word they're saying. These people should have come with subtitles. And I was a bit concerned coming up here that everyone's going to be like that and I'm going to be making a right arse of myself. But as long as you don't say, you switch mate out for pal, that seems to be the thing. And you chuck in the odd A or we, apparently means small, then you sound like a local. No, I'm joking, of course, but are lovely people. And there's no one I haven't managed to understand yet, which I'm surprised at. But it's nice. I'm really enjoying my time in Scotland. I stopped today, had some chats with people, and so I made a friend in a Porsche, and we've been driving together for a little while. Slowly, mum. That's nice. Anyway, some of your comments. I must have some comments here. Again, a bit thrown together because I've been in a car all day, you know, enjoying myself. Don't even know why I'm bothering making these at the minute. Oh, here's my, I can't remember if I put it on the screen or not, so that's the bill from last night, look. £6.45 a pint. Criminal. Welcome to Scotland. It's an urban myth that we don't like English. Come here and spend your money up here on holiday. It's a great place. Agreed. Fully agreed. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to come to Scotland, and it's a shame it has, but it won't be my last ever visit, I promise you. Totally agree with you on limiting driving hours. The longest I've ever done is in the UK is Leicester to the Dunray reactor site in Thurso. That's pretty much where I am now, yeah, which is about 600 miles in a single day. Almost fell out of the diesel Golf at the end of the day. That's a long drive. That is a long old drive. Longest one I did was when I had to get my stuff out of Spain, and I did Malaga to Clacton door to door in just under 30 hours, and I hit it quite hard. I was only in what are they called, Vauxhall Adam, and I hit it quite hard, and yeah, it was horrible because I had the car just stacked to the roof full of stuff, so I couldn't get a hotel for the night because you can't leave that parked in a motorway bloody hotel, can you? So yeah, I had like 2 hours cold sleep and just hit it really hard. That was a long drive, and it's not one I'd want to repeat, and that's why I like to limit my hours now. Got any more? Oh, come on, stupid phone. Me and my wife cancelled our licence 2 years ago after watching your channel. I tried to convince her before she had watched your channel, but once I told her to watch your channel, 2 months later she told me she'd cancelled the licence. Brilliant, love that, glad to have helped, and glad that she got the reassurance she needed to have the confidence to do it. That's what this channel is all about. Now she watches your channels regularly, and I think your looks and charm convinced her more than my looks and charm. So thank you for convincing my wife, who always tell people to watch your channel. Are you sure she was watching my channel? My looks and charm convinced her. I'm not sure you was watching the right channel. Are you sure you weren't watching someone else? It doesn't sound like this channel to me. Looks and charm. Talk to my ex. She'll set you straight about the looks and charm thing. Hey. So yeah, I've got a hotel just down the road tonight. There's always a big queue for this. Always a big queue to get on the old sign thing. Where is it? I've been stood here for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and try and buy a sticker for the car now. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice, all the touristy stuff. So a lot of tourist coaches, loads of Spanish coaches, loads of Italian coaches all coming up through Inverness. It's great, isn't it? Really great for Scotland. I like it. I could move to Scotland. I've seen some on the A99 coming up. Beautiful. Some of the most beautiful scenery I think I've ever seen coming up here today. So right, my mate in the Porsche is waiting for me with a cup of tea. He doesn't understand why I needed to do this now, but I said if I don't do it now, I'm going to be pissed in a couple of hours. Well, not pissed, I'm going to have a couple of beers in a couple of hours, and it won't get done. So I've got to do it. So I'm going to go find him, drink my cup of tea, buy a sticker for the car, go to the hotel. Leave your comments below. Have you ever been to John O'Groats? It's pretty cool up there. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and ta-da.